What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to look at the Brazilian Scream trailer. Not even necessarily a trailer, but a 30-ish second little spot thing that came out online about midday yesterday. I know some people have covered it, but I want to kind of take a look at some of the scenes that stood out to me. I think there's probably three or four scenes that I really want to zero in on, and so we'll do that right now. Really quick, though, just a quick little update or quick little reminder. Remember, this Friday, I'm going to be getting together with 6 other Scream content creators. The video is up on my channel for you guys to set reminders and to make sure you guys come back. But this Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, we're going to go live and just kind of talk all things about Scream. So I really hope, to see you guys there. Now let's go through it. As always, we have scenes that are similar, or if not the exact same ones that we have seen before, right? That's fine. The first scene I want to focus on is, I believe, around the 7-second mark of the video, and it's Stu's house. Now, the interesting thing here, right, and people were asking me what's going on here. So that, I think, without a doubt, obviously is Stu's house, right? And you see cops, you see paramedics, you see, now I can't really tell any details of, like, it looks like there's almost a pumpkin on the ground, like up the 3 steps, but there's nothing else really going on here. Now, the thing is, I feel like this is the end of the movie. So, like, the only other way this isn't the end is if, well, okay, I guess there could be, like, an actual, ending after this, but this could very, very well be, I would say, honestly, almost exactly in line with the ending of 1, where after 1 ends, right, or I guess at the ending of 1, right, everybody's kind of leaving, or the cops and paramedics are there, and they're assessing things. Dewey gets rolled out, and Gale is broadcasting. I feel like, and again, I'm not a huge fan of, like, doing one-to-one things. I know, obviously, the Sydney thing that happened, I believe, yesterday on their 12 days of, things. She's standing in front of the exact same curtains in the exact same area that she was standing when Billy, was grabbing her. I guess that's fine. Something like this, though, if you're going to literally do Scream 1 again, as I've said about 1,000 times, I would just rather watch the first movie. I know, paramedics and cops and stuff are going to show up to a crime scene, but I have a feeling they may end it with a very similar ending to 1. So that's the first thing I wanted to, point at. I don't really know any other way of, I guess I don't know any other way of analyzing it other than saying, it's the end. Now, we get a couple other, looks at, like, the characters and stuff. Dewey talks a little bit more, extends his conversation when he's talking about, relation to the past, and there's rules to survive. They extend that a little bit more. I believe he says, like, to survive the Ghostface killings or Ghostface attacks. So, they're using Ghostface in Scream Resurrection, that horrible, god-awful Season 3 show. They say his name, Ghostface, like a billion times. And I really feel like it loses a lot of its luster, and I hope that they don't do that in this movie. So that was, I guess that's not really even scene number 2 I wanted to focus on. Scene number 2 is Gale, okay? Now, this has obviously been a picture that's, been shown around line. 19-second mark of the trailer, you see Gale shooting somebody. Now, I believe also, again, when they did the suspect list, Gale definitely looks like she's going to be in Stu's house. So the interesting thing, and I kind of wanted to make an individual video on her, and maybe I still will, but I feel like she's maybe, at least to me, she's like the most overlooked character of this entire cast. Yes, maybe there's people like Chad and Mindy and Liv that we don't talk about all that much, but in terms of, like, the really big important characters, I don't really ever talk about Gale, and I don't really know what role they're going to use her in this movie, right? They could use her. Courtney Cox always does a phenomenal job, and Gale is a really good character, but I just don't know what role she's going to play in, like, key situations. This, she clearly fires the gun. Now, I can't tell where she is. In the frame that I stopped, it looks like it's outside, but it doesn't have to be, and her hair is definitely not, like, perfect, like it was, like, it's not put together the way that it was, say, when they're, at least in my opinion, to when they were standing outside, and Sydney's like, "You ready?" And she says, "For this, never." That, that scene, it doesn't look like it's the same scene. Now, here's the thing. Sydney pulls out the gun, and I kind of want to go through this because I feel like maybe I'm starting to put it together. I think a couple other people had said this as well, and I think it's absolutely spot on. So, Amber walks out of the house screaming, injured, quote unquote. We don't, maybe she's not. Actually, most likely she's not. So she's injured. She comes out of the house. Now, in the trailer, the first trailer, you see Sydney, lift up the gun and almost look like she's about to shoot, or maybe she does shoot, right? Now, I feel like Amber comes outside, and I actually did pitch this a long time ago. Amber probably goes with Gale, or stays outside with Gale, or Gale takes her to the hospital or whatever, to get Gale and Amber out of the spotlight of the final act. That's when Sydney would then walk in the house. We get all these shots that we've gotten so far, right? Where she's opening the door, where she's raising the gun, where she's like checking behind corners, where she goes up the stairs and get the phone call. All of that, I do believe, will happen directly after the whole outside thing that we've seen. Now, what could very easily happen is Amber's Ghostface, and Amber turns on Gale, because you'll see Amber. So I feel like it's possible that the ending act, Sydney in the house, will happen. Amber will show up, and it's like, okay, well, bam, now we know you're Ghostface because we left you with Gale. You were supposed to be injured. You're not injured. Where's Gale? And I could imagine Gale comes in. Now, again, here's what I don't want to happen. I don't want an exact replica of the first movie. So I don't want Sydney doing 95% of the work, and then the killer gets up for one, and then like Gale, right? Well, in that one, it's the opposite, right? Sydney does it, but Gale helps out in the first one, right? She fires a shot. I feel like it's pretty much the same thing. Again, I don't need an exact, replica of the first one, but I have a feeling, it is just a feeling, and honestly, I hope I'm wrong, that that's what they're planning. So they're going to kind of make it seem, in my opinion, like Gale got attacked by Amber, or maybe she's just kidnapped, or we don't know where she is. Amber makes her appearance as Ghostface. They go through the whole monologue. They say why they're doing it, and then at some point, Gale comes in to moderately help, you know what I mean? And it's okay. I mean, and by the way, like, I know, like, they help all the time. 3, there's help. 4, everybody chimes in to help Sydney against Jill, right? Everybody has their turn, trying to basically slow her down. I mean, I get it. These things happen. So, again, I just don't want it to be literally one again. Obviously, and I want to make this very, very quick, you see an image of Ghostface stabbing the same person that we've seen him stab outside of that house in the broad daylight, right? And the knife, you see the knife, there's blood like all the way. So the knife blade goes very deep. That person is 100% dead. And actually, maybe that is like an extra thing, because people would say, well, they can survive. Well, that knife blade is pretty bloody all the way through, and, I feel like it went kind of deep. So you have that. Now, the final thing that I want to focus on is you see Ghostface kind of leaning over on someone. They're kneeling down, and again, knife blade is very, very bloody. I can't tell, though, if it's the same, and it's not bright. I can't tell from the background. It does, I would say from the background, initial prediction would either be Tara's house or the hospital. I mean, I honestly, this is up for you guys. You guys tell me what you think. But one thing I found interesting is you can see the hands of the person that's trying to stop him, and you also see the hair just a little. Now, again, in my opinion, the hair is a little puffy, which could maybe be Richie, but that doesn't really make much sense. So I guess I would say this. For the first time, right, because I think we could have figured out a lot of other stuff, or we did figure out a lot of other stuff, they actually did a pretty okay job at hiding it. Although you could see the sleeve, I just don't necessarily recognize it. Maybe it's Amber. I don't know. So you guys will have to let me know, what you think about that one as well in the comments. This is, I think, one of the better hidden things where it's like, okay, we're showing Ghostface over somebody, bloody knife. You're seeing them defend themselves, but you don't want to see who it is. Pretty okay job comparatively to what they've done showing Amber on fire, showing characters getting attacked and all that stuff. They did a pretty okay job. I'm pretty sure that's all the important things. Obviously, you get the whole Richie and Mindy thing of the whole, like, I'll be right back, and she says, like, oh, you're totally dead, stuff like that. I mean, I think that can be a really, really solid scene. Mindy seems like, from what we've heard about her, that she's going to be a pretty, like, a fan favorite kind of character. Obviously, probably the Randy of the group, which is cool. So let me know what you guys think. A couple unknowns for sure. One of the better, things of showing it, but not really showing it right. But let me know what you think. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, all of that good stuff. Again, Friday we'll be live on the channel. There'll be more, Scream videos probably tomorrow and maybe even Friday. So I will see you guys there.